What's good, family? I've had this shirt for like 5 years. Still fits perfectly. Let's get into it. So, something I've been dealing with for years on end now, probably my entire life, and you dealt with too, is that many people want to assume your journey before your journey is even completed. Many people want to assume your journey before your journey is even beginning. Have you ever baked a cake before? Have you ever tried making a new recipe? And you're making a recipe for the first time you never baked before, and you're getting the eggs, you're getting the batter together, and there's someone just looking over your shoulder like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing that? That looks nasty." It's like, so right there, you have the option, the step by step. You have the option. Yeah, like I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I've never done this before, so you can stop right there and you let them stop you. You're like, well, let me make some progress first, at least. You start baking the cake, you start baking everything together, you mix up the batter together, you taste your batter. You know what? It's not as sweet as you want it to be. The person comes over your shoulder, they taste it like, oh, this is nasty. This is disgusting. You should just quit now. You have the option right there. You can quit, you can stop. But no, you add a little bit more. You reread the recipe, you forgot the sugar, you know? You read your recipe, you just forgot to stop. So you go back, you add it in, without them looking, you take another taste, you realize that you corrected your mistakes, you put the cake in the oven. Why is it taking so long? They're looking at it every time they open it up, they're letting heat out, your cake's not cooking properly. It's not baking, it's not getting bigger, it's not rising like it's supposed to. It's not doing it yet. You have the option right there. You cut it all off, you quit, maybe you try again another day. Eventually you need to get to a point with people where your God-given purpose in them, your God-given purpose is going to supersede anything else that you do in life. There's no one in your life that's more important than what God has decided for you to do. So eventually you just get to the point you're not going to eat them. Don't worry about my cake. Don't worry about me as a person. Don't worry about what if I leave your life, great, good then, right? Good. You're happy. I left your life. For so many people, crossroads with old friends, crossroads with teammates, they didn't get what they wanted. Things weren't to their expectation. I went a different direction, and they want to give you some ultimate. They want to act as if their personal feelings in that moment is enough for you to stop what you know God put you on this planet for. And they think they're just going to keep slinking back. They keep distancing you from God. They keep doing everything they can to separate you from your creator. They keep putting all these doubts, all this negativity, all this fear, all this worry, all the burden of themselves upon you. And they act like they're going to stay in, like there's something that you're going to lose. They act like they're the invaluable source. So your cake comes out of the oven. You finally did it. You finally found the dream. You know what? It wasn't the best goddamn cake ever made. It wasn't the greatest cake ever. But you know what? You made a cake for the first goddamn time. And that's what matters. That's the significance. Because now you can go back, you realize what your mistakes, you realize what you did wrong, and you bake another cake. But let me tell you, until you start baking by yourself, those people are going to keep doing the exact same thing. You can't quit for other people. It doesn't matter how important that person is in your life. It doesn't matter how uncomfortable things get because it's better to have that moment of uncomfort. I lived on a couch and I didn't know where the hell my meals were coming from next. I'm used to struggle. I wrestled for over a decade. I'm used to grinding and hard work. My grandfather, when he was a child, he was a sharecropper. My grandmother, when she was a child, she was a sharecropper. My grandfather, on my father's side, he was in the Air Force. He was in the military. All I know how to do, all that's in my blood, is working fucking hard and fighting. That's it. And people still doubt me. People don't know your journey, man. They don't know your story. They don't know what you've been through. They're looking at you through they're looking at you based off of their levels of competency, based off their levels of capacity, based off of their levels of completion, based off the things that they've never done before, never tried before, can never envision, can never even attempt. They want to fill you with their fear. Do not let them, because their fear is their problem. It has nothing to do with you. People, every single time, every moment of your life, it does not matter if it's your boss, it does not matter if it's your subordinate, it does not matter if it's your parents, it does not matter if it's your child, it does not matter if it is your spouse. It does not matter. That person will let their confusion and their ignorance let them say any fucked up thing that comes to their mind about you, and they have about me. When I wrote my first book, before it even got published, I wrote my first book. My mother was the one to tell me, "Why are you gonna bother with that? Don't. You're never gonna be a John Grisham. It's never gonna sell. Like, don't focus on something more important." Now I have 4 books published. Now I'm republishing those books. Now I'm working on 3 more books. And anyone who reads my writing says, "Wow, this guy can write." The only issue with my books was grammar. The only issue was that I found the covers for some stock images online. That's all I had at the time. And I still sold those books. I did not have books that randomly went online that just sat there. I'm a selling artist right now because I refuse to listen to my biggest critic. And it wasn't my biggest critic because what she said was untrue. It wasn't my biggest critic because me and my mother have issues. It was my biggest critic because her opinion meant so fucking much to me, and I did not have her approval, and I still had to do it regardless because I knew I would never be able to live a life if I was not a writer. Never. I wanted to kill myself. I wanted to commit suicide because that criticism stopped me for years. My entire college career, that criticism stopped me from showing people my writing. It stopped me from writing. And I had so many emotions, so many things I was going through that if I just picked up my pen, if I just had someone to read my work, could just say, "Dude, you're fucking awesome at this shit." Because I always have been. I've always been a great writer, but I never had someone else's opinion, and I did not have the confidence in myself. So if I let that stop me, I would be dead right now. Facts. Dead. There's so many nights I sat there with bleach. There's nights I sat there with Tylenol. I can't OD a Tylenol. Wrote a song about it. There's nights I tried to choke myself to death with my own belt. Why? Why? Why'd you feel that way, Omar? Because of other people's opinions. Because of other people's limitations. Because I hadn't even got my cake in the fuck the oven. Fuck the oven. I didn't even get to put my ingredients in a fucking bowl before people were doubting me and trying to stop me from doing it. Why are you baking a cake? Why don't you just buy one from the store? I don't want their cake. I don't want a man to give me a fish. I want to teach myself how to fish. I don't want to be a slave. I don't want to work in IT forever. I don't work in IT for more than a year. I don't want to do that. I would rather starve doing what I'm doing. I would rather be poor doing what I am doing. I would rather struggle and face the criticism of every person in my life because if I'm going to face their criticism, they're not that important to me. If they don't support me, they're not that important to me. If they can't see my potential and see my bigger vision, they're not that important to me. Because the people that were the Good Samaritans, the people that were there that supported me, they didn't know that I was an accomplished wrestler. They had no idea. They still supported. They didn't know I wanted to write since I was in the 3rd grade. They had no idea. They still read my work and gave me compliments. It was the people that I thought, "Oh, they've known me for 8 years. She's known me since I was born. They've known me forever." It was those people who refused no matter how important it was to me, refuse to give me that permission, that go ahead. And the sad thing is that there's people that find success, truly find success, because it's the reality of someone finding success outside of their family circle. That's why most people fail. And that's exactly why most of us live with mental health issues. That's why I had an addiction to marijuana for so long. It's because the people closest to me did nothing for years on end, but don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, putting their burdens on me, putting their emotions on me, putting their struggles on me. I faced nothing but that my entire life, ever since I was a child, since I was 5, dealing with parental bullshit. Not even geared towards me, just in the house, just that negative energy everywhere. People do not know your finished product. They don't know your final form. The only person that knows is God. And if someone's not going to have faith in you, if someone's going to keep denying you, if someone's going to keep taking this moment of your life in which things are unclear and uncertain, they're going to do absolutely nothing but stop you and add stress and misery to your life because they have no dreams, because they have no ambitions, because there's nothing else that they would be doing. They are doing all they're going to be doing until they die. They might switch the form up, they might switch the style up, but that is exactly why I could never listen to them. That is why I would rather be alone. I would rather be poor. I would rather smoke weed every single day than ever deal with these people. Because they are at the point that they are going to be at for the next 70 years until they die. They're not breaking a mold. They're not doing anything different. And that's exactly why they can't understand. Why don't you just get a job? Because once you get a job, and I've had many jobs, once you get a job, your whole focus and attention goes towards keeping your job. You don't have energy for your projects anymore. And there are many people that made the breakthrough. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm saying that everybody is different. There are people that make the breakthrough with a job, but they didn't really make that breakthrough working at a Popeyes. They didn't make that breakthrough working at a Burger King. They didn't make the breakthrough in a sense of comfort. Because once you find that comfort, once you find that complacency, or once you find your job, then you have to live in a secret. Because once you tell your job what it is that you're doing, what it is you're up to, everyone turns from you and looks at you different. But these people telling you to put yourself in, they have no idea. They have no idea what they're talking about. They don't know what it's like. They don't know what it's like to have this thing inside your head, inside your heart, that every day that it's not brought to fruition kills you inside. It burns you inside. You have to force yourself to sleep because you need to sleep. But there are so many days that I've gone days on days on days working 14 hours, working 15 hours, going to a job, having to come home and work on my shit. Burnt out, exhausted, miserable. Every day you go to work, you can't wait to leave because I work on this project. There are days I'll be fucking at work going crazy because I would be at work doing nothing, wasting my life, wasting my time for 8 hours straight. In each of those hours, I'm thinking I could be bringing my plan to fruition. I can be resting up so I can get better ideas. I can be brainstorming right now. I can be working on this right now. Those people don't know what that's like. And you know what the sad thing is? They never will. They will never understand it. They will never face that. And maybe it's not sad. Maybe it's great for them. Maybe it's a beautiful thing for them. Maybe that's the reason why artists are always alone. Artists are always eccentric. Artists are always doing their own thing. And then the average people are over here consuming. Maybe that's why. But for those people that know what it's like, that every night you go to bed, you have that burning desire inside you, and there's nothing else that you can imagine doing but what it is that you know God put you on this planet for. God bless you. Do not quit, because I fucking believe in you. Even if your parents don't, even if your spouse doesn't, even if your church or your friends don't, even because those are the people that might be pulling you down. They may not have any idea. I believe in you. Contact me. I'm on social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I got a website. Check me out. Daryl Omar on Facebook. TheWritingLifestyle.net. That's my website. Novel Eden on Instagram. Check me out, dude. Contact me. Let me help you. Help me in return. Because these people really have no idea. And they feel like they're trying to help you. They feel like they're trying to help. All they're doing is Satan's work and they have no idea. All they're doing is Satan's work because Satan is the only one that wants to see you be miserable. God bless. Praises from the Adonai, praises from Gaia, praises from Yeshua, and God bless Africa.